It's time to Ask Dr. Maddow. Rachel Maddow is a doctor, just not that kind of doctor.
That big man movie voice means it's time for Ask Dr. Maddow, the segment where we answer those questions you are just too lazy to Google yourself. So if you have a question for Dr. Rachel Maddow, you can give us a call at 212-871-8173. Dr. Maddow, today's question comes from Jude.
Hi, Dr. Maddow. My name is Jude, and I'm calling from St. Paul, Minnesota. I've run into this challenge before with some of my European friends where they have sort of a very fundamentally different understanding of what a martini is than I do. So my question is, what on earth is that liquor that Europeans call martini, and how can I successfully order an American-style martini when in Europe?
Wow, this is a problem I've never personally faced. But I feel like I'm doing a thought experiment now in which I am experiencing your pain on this one, and I'm actually feeling it. I'm feeling physical pain about this.
One day when you take an actual vacation, you will discover new and wonderful things in the world.
I know.
But then you'll be 86.
Yes,
so
exactly. I know.
Still drinking martinis, I hope.
Well, if I'm lucky, if all goes well in my life plan. I've never tried to order a martini in Europe, and so I don't know. But here's what I think. I think that probably if you order martini in Europe, they think of the brand name Martini, which would be probably equivalent to what we think of as like Martini and Rossi as a brand of vermouth. Vermouth is essentially sort of a fortified wine. It's a wine that has some of the qualities of a spirit, but is at base. It's based on wine. And it is one of the ingredients, one of the two all-important ingredients in what we think of as an American-style martini. So you can see why there's a little bit of confusion there. If you order a martini in Europe, I'm not saying this for sure because I've never tried it, but I'm guessing you might get a glass of vermouth. And vermouth is something that you can drink. It's not something that Americans drink regularly, although there is a very good simple cocktail that you can make mixing equal parts of sweet and dry vermouth, pouring them over ice, and having a lemon twist on the top. But Americans don't generally drink that. Europeans are much happier to drink cordials and liqueurs and vermouths and things like that. So they might expect that more normally. Here's the thing. To make an actual martini, just tell the bartender everything you want them to do. Say, get a cocktail shaker, fill it with ice. Put in 2 parts of gin. Tell them what kind of gin you want. Don't use Bombay Sapphire. 2 parts of gin and 1 part of the white kind of vermouth, which is also called French vermouth, which is also called dry vermouth. But you can just say the white kind if you want to be very specific about it. 2 parts of gin, 1 part of the white kind of vermouth, and then tell them to stir it. You don't shake a martini, you stir it. I don't care what James Bond says. And tell them when they're done stirring it, please go back and keep stirring that for twice as long as you've already done that. And then strain it into a cold martini glass and top it with a lemon twist, or if you must, an olive that has been kept in the refrigerator. Just tell them every single thing you want them to do. And you know what? Do that in American bars too, because it's been a long time since somebody's been able to make a martini without me that I liked, without me actually climbing behind the bar and making it for them.
Thank you very much, Dr. Maddow. Thank you, Jude. If you have a question for Dr. Rachel Maddow, you can give us a call at 212-871-8173.
And before you send your hate mail about there being too much vermouth in my martini, consider carefully before you hit the send button. Consider carefully. I take this very seriously.